MLB Capsules. Travis d'Arnaud homers in 16th inning to lift New York Mets over Miami. Miami. Travis d'Arnaud led off the 16th inning with a home run, giving him a career high for hits, and the New York Mets beat the Miami Marlins 9-8 Thursday night for their 5th straight win. The game was the longest in the 5-year history of Marlins Park, took more than 5.5 hours and ended well past midnight. d'Arnaud also had a bases-loaded triple in the second, and teammate Yoenis Cespedes had his second multi-homer game in 3 nights. d'Arnaud's homer came on the 475th pitch of the night, and the first from Adam Conley 1-1. Marlins relievers retired 13 consecutive batters before the homer. Miami's Marcell Ozuna hit a grand slam in the first inning, increasing his RBI total to 16, most in the majors. Neither team had a runner in scoring position in extra innings until Miami's 15th. Miguel Rojas led off with a single and advanced on a sacrifice but was stranded by Hansel Robles 2-0 who pitched 2 scoreless innings. Cubs 4, Dodgers 0 Chicago. Brett Anderson beat his former team with 5 solid innings. Center fielder Albert Almora Jr. made 2 outstanding catches against the ID to lead the Cubs past the Los Angeles Dodgers. Anderson 1-0 in his Wrigley Field debut for the Cubs. The lefty lowered his ERA to 0.84 through 2 starts with his new club. Anderson, the only member of the Cubs without a World Series ring after Wednesday's celebration, allowed 3 hits but walked 4. He stranded 7 runners, helped by Almora's defense. Anthony Rizzo and Addison Russell hit long solo home runs, their first of the season. Both came off Hyun-Jin Ryu 0-2. Rizzo's drive to right field in the first inning opened the scoring and sent the fans' beer all over the bleachers. Russell's homer to left in the 4th landed on Waveland Avenue. Twins 11, Tigers 5 Detroit. Max Kepler, Miguel Sano and Robbie Grossman homer for Minnesota, and the Twins took advantage of an uncharacteristically wild outing by Jordan Zimmermann. Zimmermann 1-1 allowed 5 runs and 4 hits in 4 2/3 innings, walking a career-high 5. Anibal Sanchez was even worse for the Tigers in relief, allowing 6 runs in 1 1/3 innings and letting 2 of Zimmermann's runners score on Kepler's 3-run homer in the 5th. Grossman hit a 2-run shot in the 3rd, and Sano connected for a 3-run homer in the 6th. Phil Hughes 2-0 allowed 4 runs and 5 hits in 5 2/3 innings. Justin Haley wore the final 3 1/3 innings to earn his first career save, striking out 6. Miguel Cabrera and Justin Upton each hit their first home run of the season for the Tigers. Rangers 8, Angels 3 Anaheim, California. Yu Darvish pitched 7 scoreless innings and Carlos Gomez hit a leadoff homer in Texas' victory over Los Angeles. Nomar Mazara also homered and Robinson Chirinos drove in 3 runs to help the Rangers take 2 of 3 from their AL West rivals. Darvish 1-1 struck out 10 and limited the Angels to 5 singles and 2 walks, improving to 8-2 in his career against the Angels. Danny Espinosa hit a 3-run homer with 2 outs in the 9th for the Angels. Ricky Nolasco 0-2 was the loser. Red Sox 4, Pirates 3 Boston. Xander Bogaerts' RBI single capped a 3-run rally in the 8th inning, lifting Boston past Pittsburgh in a make-up from a rainout in the opening series. Boston ended up sweeping Pittsburgh in 3 games after taking the first 2 games of the season. Matt Barnes 2-0 worked 1 inning of hitless relief, and Craig Kimbrell pitched the 9th for his 3rd save. Juan Nicasio 0-2 was the loser. Andrew McCutchen homered for Pittsburgh. Royals 3, Athletics 1 Kansas City, MO. Jason Vargas carried the shutout into the 8th and Kansas City finally generated some early offense to snap an 8-game skid against the A's. Vargas 2-0 scattered 4 hits and a walk over 7 2/3 innings, striking out 8, in his 2nd straight crisp performance. The left-hander only allowed 1 runner to reach second base in his longest outing since August 13, 2014, when Vargas shut out the Athletics at Kauffman Stadium. Kelvin Herrera served up a homer to Rajai Davis and a double to Jeff Lowery in the 9th, but bounced back to retire the next 3 batters and earn his first save. Lorenzo Cain and Salvador Perez drove and runs off A's starter Jesse Hahn 0-1 in the 1st, and Brandon Moss added a lazy sacrifice fly in the 3rd. Yankees 3, Rays 2 New York. Aaron Hicks homered twice, including a go-ahead 2-run drive in the 7th inning, and the Yankees moved above .500 for the first time this season. Luis Severino 1-0 struck out a career-high 11 in 7 innings, including 4 of his last 5 batters. The Yankees completed the 3-game sweep and won their 4th in a row following a 1-4 start. Hicks homered in the first off Matt Andriese batting left-handed and connected right-handed against Xavier Cedeno to erase the 2-1 deficit. Ronald Torres singled with 1 out in the 7th off Erasmo Ramirez, and Rays manager Kevin Cash brought in Cedeno 1-1, the only lefty in his bullpen. Jacoby Ellsbury grounded into a 4th out, and Hicks sent the changeup into the left field seats. Orioles 2, Blue Jays 1. Toronto. Orioles closer Zach Britton escaped a nervy 9th inning and Baltimore handed the Toronto its 6th straight loss. The Blue Jays, off to a franchise-worst 1-8 start, also lost star slugger Josh Donaldson in the 6th when he aggravated the sore right calf that kept him out of Tuesday's home opener. Kevin Gausman 1-0 pitched 6 innings for his first victory in 9 career appearances at Rogers Center. Britton took over in the 9th and put runners on 2nd and 3rd before holding on for his 4th save by retiring Kevin Pillar on a grounder, then getting pinch hitter and former teammate Steve Pearce on a fly ball. Francisco Liriano 0-1 struck out 10 and gave up 2 runs and 5 hits in 6 2/3 innings. White Sox 10, Indians 4. Cleveland. Tim Anderson homered on the game's first pitch. Matt Davidson added a 3-run shot in a 5-run first inning and Chicago beat slumping Cleveland. The defending AL champion Indians have lost 5 of 6 after sweeping Texas to begin the season and dropped to 4-5. Anderson hit Josh Tomlin's first pitch onto the porch in left field while Davidson lined a 2-out homer to right center. Tomlin 0-2 gave up 7 runs in 1 2/3 innings. Cleveland used 5 pitchers in the first 8 innings, forcing infielder Michael Martinez to work the 9th. Making his first career appearance on the mound, Martinez gave up a single but retired the other 3 hitters on grounders. Avisail Garcia was 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Anthony Swarza 1-0 relieved starter Miguel Gonzalez in the 5th and allowed 1 hit in 1 2/3 innings. Brewers 5, Reds 1 Cincinnati. Ryan Brown and Eric Thames homered. Jimmy Nelson turned in his 2nd straight strong start and Milwaukee snapped Cincinnati's 4-game winning streak. At 5-5, the Brewers reached .500 for the first time since they were last April 15. Nelson 1-0 gave up 1 run and 5 hits in 7 innings, striking out 5 without a walk. Last week against the Cubs, he threw 6 solid innings. Nelson also put down a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd that moved runners up to 2nd and 3rd to set up Jonathan Villar's run-scoring groundout and Thames' RBI single. Brunson Arroyo 0-2 allowed 5 runs and 7 hits in 6 innings. Rockies 3, Giants 1 San Francisco. Trevor Story hit a 2-run homer and 5 Colorado pitchers combined on a 5-hitter. Colorado starter John Gray left with a re-aggravated toe injury after allowing 1 hit in 3 scoreless innings. Chris Rusin 1-0 pitched the next 3 1/3 innings, allowing 1 run and 2 hits. Adam Ottavino got 4 straight outs, Mike Dunn got 1 more and Greg Holland pitched the 9th for his 6th straight save this season. Gray originally hurt the big toe on his left foot during spring training. It was unclear whether he re-injured the toe during this game, and the Rockies did not immediately say whether he'll miss his next start. Story's first home run of the season came with 2 outs in the 4th inning against Giants starter Madison Bumgarner 0-2 who allowed 3 runs and 6 hits in 6 innings. He struck out 8,